So after about 40 hours of travel, 3 flights and a never-ending taxi ride from Colombo, I finally arrived at my destination, Mirissa Beach in Sri Lanka, and what a place to start. I've basically got up early, probably earlier than I should on my first day. Didn't really get much sleep last night, still feeling a little bit jet lagged, but wow, look at this place. Pretty much got the beach all to myself at the moment, so yeah, what a place to start. So the plan is that I'm going to stay here for the next 2 days. I'm going to explore the beaches around here, and then I'm going to move further down the coast. So in the next 2 days, I think the plan is going to be to have a look at the nearby city of Galle, which is meant to be absolutely gorgeous. And then we're also going to do a bit of whale watching as well. But yeah, the first few days are basically just about relaxation, I think, unwinding and just taking it easy to start with. But yeah, first impressions are exceptionally good. I mean, look at this behind me, absolute paradise. It's yeah, amazing. So today I'm being filmed by my beautiful camera assistant, Jenny. It's quite nice not to be filmed myself. So I've actually got both my free hands. We're in Galle at the moment, and the place is absolutely beautiful here. We're essentially just walking around the fortifications that go around the city. So these fortifications go right round, and they're kind of surrounded by crystal clear waters on each edge. It's really quite stunning, and there's lots of photographic opportunities here. But so far I'm struggling. I think it's because it's the first day and the heat is just so oppressive, particularly coming from the UK, where the temperature's absolutely ridiculously low at the moment. So yeah, it's a bit of a shock to the system. So yeah, it's all a bit too much. So far I've kind of struggled to get any pictures that I'm really happy with, but hopefully sooner or later it'll click for me. As the day progressed, it became clear that I was still massively tired from travel, and that photography would ultimately have to wait. We left the stunning city behind and popped into a nearby highly recommended turtle rehabilitation centre. I could have stayed for my entire holiday here, just watching these little guys. So we've returned to Marisa after a long day traipsing around Galle, and it's been a good day. I think it's been a good introduction to Sri Lanka, but it's been bloody hot. So it's actually good to actually just come back here and actually just enjoy a little bit of downtime. But actually looks like we might be getting some rain soon. There's a bloody big storm cloud in the background, which is actually just starting to cut off my light, so we could be in for some rain shortly. At the moment I'm just sat out on a little headland that just is next to the beach, which you can see behind me. This place is pretty busy actually though. A lot of the research that I did before made this place out to be kind of a little bit more off the beaten track, but it kind of feels to me like tourism has encroached somewhat over the last few years since the book that I was researching from was written. So now it feels a little bit almost like Thailand here to some extent. But yeah, there's not too much to work with photographically speaking, I don't think. So yeah, I can't see myself taking many photos here, but I have got my skin out. So yeah, the palest person in Sri Lanka today, but I've got another 2 weeks, so I have faith that my tan will come on tan. Who am I kidding? I'm probably not going to look any different after 2 weeks. Well, the 5 o'clock start this morning was well worth it. That whale trip was absolutely superb. It really, really was. We got so lucky, and we actually got to see a blue whale. Yeah, it kept on coming up to the surface, diving down to the surface, diving down, and it did this repeatedly. And we were lucky enough to see this this whale about 12 times, and it was so impressive. It also came a lot closer to the boat than I realised. sure it was kind of within about 20 meters when it actually surfaced at one point, and it was phenomenal. The size of it is difficult to even comprehend. It's kind of like an iceberg. You can see a bit of it at the surface, but a lot of it obviously sits below, so the true scale of it is mind-blowing, really. So yeah, if you're ever down here on the south coast of Sri Lanka, I would very, very much recommend it. I thought it was a fantastic trip. From a photographic perspective, it was a disaster. Yeah, I don't think I managed to get many effective shots. The swell on the sea was just too severe, and the wind was too strong. It was blowing the boat all over the place. So yeah, when you went into kind of like a telephoto shot to try and capture the whale when it's at the surface, it was just impossible to get any kind of sharp image. Your camera was going all over the place essentially, so I found that incredibly tough to actually deal with. If you actually watch some of the B-roll that I've captured for this video, you'll see that yourself. It's slightly on the wobbly side, shall I say. So yeah, I think the photos are a write-off. I don't think they're going to be worthwhile, but I don't care. It's not about the photos. I'm not a wildlife photographer. I don't have the experience in shooting these kind of conditions or the appropriate equipment to be doing it properly. So yeah, I can't expect to get fantastic results. This was all about the experience, and the experience was top notch. It's now day 3 of my trip, and I'm in a place called Rocka Beach. I arrived here late yesterday afternoon, and yeah, I'm blown away with it so far. It's a lot more quiet and secluded than Mirissa was. This is the Sri Lanka that I had in my mind, and I think photographically speaking, I've got a lot more to work with here. I mean, just look out behind me. The beach is absolutely gorgeous. So I've got up early again at stupid o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to try and get some sunrise pictures. Well, that was a total and utter disaster. Yeah, I got up at 5:20 this morning, set up a nice composition. I was feeling really, really optimistic about the sunrise and how it might look. And what goes and happens? A bunch of tourists get up and just walk through my shot. I'm speaking as if I'm not a tourist myself. I understand the irony there, but some people just have no understanding or considerations for others, and it just drives me mental. And it ruined the shot completely. It ruined all the hard effort that I put in, and frankly it's ruined this morning's shoot for me. I feel so wound up by it that I'm not appreciating where I am, how I should be, and yeah, really, really irritating. Thankfully I get a second chance tomorrow to get up and take a sunrise at this location, so I'm going to do that. But tomorrow I am going to walk as far away from the tourist area where all the hotels are as I possibly can, because if that happens again tomorrow, oh, God help the person that walks into my shot. So I'm on my way back down the beach, and it's starting to get blisteringly hot, so I don't think I can stay out that much longer shooting. But I have found a nice constellation composition. You can see here that the waves are breaking down the shoreline, and there's actually a really nice simple shot looking down along the shore. So I've set up my tripod about here, and I've taken a shot looking down along the shoreline, and I put a 10-stop filter on. And I think it gives really nice soft waves breaking along the shoreline with the simplicity of the golden sand, the line of palms fringing the top of the beach, and the blue sky above. There's not too much going on in the shot, but yeah, for me it's worked quite well. So after the disaster, which was this morning's shoot,
I didn't really feel it photographically, so I haven't really taken any more shots today. I've literally just been lounging around by the side of the pool in the sun, which is not my style at all. The consequence of that is I've been absolutely incinerated. My fair skin is not used to this climate at all, so I look like a bit of a beetroot now. You may not see it in my face, but honestly everywhere else is not good at all. So in vlog videos to come after this, if you see me grimacing, you know exactly why. Those camera straps on my shoulders are going to be ever so sensitive, so that's not great. On the plus side though, I did manage to get out this evening for sunset, and I managed to get some nice compositions actually. The second sunset that came after the first sunset, which is usually about 15 minutes later, the sky kind of caught fire almost. It was so orange, so vibrant, and I managed to get some really nice shots of that, so I'm very impressed with that actually, and they're kind of exactly what I was going for sunrise actually, but that never came about. But I am hoping to get up again tomorrow to get sunrise part 2. Hopefully this time though I won't have any idiot tourists wandering through my shot.
Sunrise part 2 today was a great success, way better than yesterday, so I'm very pleased with that. The main reason for that is I changed my tactics today. So the sun rises from down that end of the beach, and most of the hotels that people stay at tend to be about here. That's the direction I went yesterday, but today instead I went down this direction, completely away from civilization, and I factored that most people when they get up to see a sunrise will tend to walk towards it, not away from it, and that proved to be exactly the case. Anyone that did get up walked away from me and not through my composition, so I think that made all the difference. The other factor that played into today was I found an incredible bit of driftwood. It was unbelievable. It was just begging to be photographed. It was almost like divine intervention that I was meant to shoot it, if you believe in that kind of thing. It was just positioned right on the shoreline with the waves kind of lapping around the bottom of it, and it was just incredible. So I essentially just had to place that in the foreground, and yeah, the rest was pretty easy. Sometimes nature just gives you these compositions that are just a piece of cake to actually shoot. In terms of settings, I shot at f16 at 1.3 seconds, ISO 64 at about 20 millimeters, and that just enabled me to pick up movement of the water as it came round the actual bottom of the actual driftwood. I actually shot as well with a 2-stop ND filter as well. Oops, sorry. A 2-stop ND filter, and yeah, that made all the difference, I think. So yeah, all in all, really good shot today, and combined with yesterday with the beautiful sunset shots that I captured, it's really been a really cracking finish and finale to this beach section of the holiday. I've only been here a few days so far, but this country is spectacular. But from here on in, there's not going to be any more beaches. We are heading inland from here, up into the highlands to see some of the tea plantations, some of the wildlife and temples that this incredible country has to offer. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. It'll be a different photographic challenge, but it's one I'm very much looking forward to. So yeah, bring it on. I hope you've enjoyed this first stage of my Sri Lanka vlogs. It's been a learning process for me. I've never done a vlog in a foreign destination like this, so yeah, it's a steep learning curve, but I think I'm slowly getting the hang of it. So yeah, tune in next time to see more from Sri Lanka. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Until next time, see you all.